Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode we had free agency and we started up the year number 3 season simulation, and as you can see so far we're 19, 14, and 5, and we're literally just outside of a wildcard spot, like actually both wildcard spots. We're only like 2 points back at the first wildcard one. So we're in a pretty good spot right now, and I'm hoping this team continues to simulate this way because we did pick up a lot of players in free agency to try and make a playoff push this season. As you can see, our roster is pretty balanced in terms of offense, and then defensively, our defense is pretty solid. It's not the greatest defense I've ever seen, but it's still getting better. And then goalie-wise, our goaltending situation is a lot better than it has been in the past. But yeah, anyways, our middle lines, like our second and third line, has been kind of struggling in terms of like keeping the puck out of the net. As you can see with this third line, a lot of bad plus minus, and same with this second line. So that's the only really concern I have with this team at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to be making any trades for the rest of the season because I'm going to probably do the rest of the season in this episode. But I don't know if I'm going to be making any trades. Maybe upgrading we could from like somebody like Taro Hirose. Maybe we find a better second liner and then move Kubalik down to the third. Try and fix this up a bit. I don't know. We'll see what we do. But yeah, we're gonna try and get the rest of the season done in this episode, and hopefully we could be a playoff team. So let's get started with the simulation because this sim speed is a lot faster on next gen. So we should be able to fly through these sims pretty quickly and get up to that trade deadline. But like I said, I don't know if I'll be making any trades right away or not. So Timashev's been injured, which is kind of problematic, but we'll just go replace player for now. And we're getting offered Ryan Pulock in the fourth for 2 seconds. Now that's not a bad trade offer, but the only problem is we'd have to scratch somebody like probably like Felipe Myers, which really does not make sense for us. So we're not going to be doing that trade. If I'm going to upgrade anywhere, like I said, it's probably going to be the middle 6 lines. I'm just going to check if this guy's injured. Yes, he was. Okay. Who was the replacement? Oh, maybe it was... Oh, no, it was Sabrango. Yeah, that was right. But yeah, Emil Viro also in the AHL is almost NHL ready, so we are getting some good growth from our defensive prospects that Detroit already drafted, like Wallinder as well. And Taro Hirose has gone down with an injury. That's not good either. Bit of an injury-prone start, it seems like. We're still listed as a conservative buyer, but... Oh, that means we actually might be a playoff team. Jesus Christ. What's with all these injuries? Excuse my language, but that's 3 injuries in a couple of days. And this one is a major one to our rookie defenseman, Tristan Wall. That might take him out of the Calder running. And Pavel Zach is on waivers. That's not a bad acquisition to bring in. He does fit our second line, but he's probably not that good. I don't think I'm going to claim him, though, because he's a bit of a big cap hit, but that was a lot of injuries all at once. So we're going to take Patan out of the lineup. Wait, Timoshev already went back in. Okay. That's fine, I guess. But yeah, Bortuzzo's in where Wall was before, but that's not good that Wall got injured. Because he was playing really good. Or pretty solid. He wasn't playing the greatest to start off with, but he'll probably end up getting really good as the season goes on. But yeah, we should be a playoff team this year as long as we don't suffer too many injuries and if we make some decent deals, I think. We did just lose a lot of games there, though. And like I said, the sim speed is really quick, so it's hard for me to even keep up with it. So we're going to move, take out Timoshev out of the spot, put in Hirose. And then we're going to take out Patan and put in Timoshev. And that should be good. Yeah, the sim speed is way too quick. Almost. Mark Pysyk on waivers. He's a better depth defender than Bortuzzo. But I don't think I really want to claim him. He's not a bad player to have, but he does fit our penalty kill, but doesn't fit like our 5-on-5, which kind of makes no sense for us. But yeah, we did just have a big losing streak, it looks like. And how are we in terms of the standings now? We are still 4 points back now, so we are kind of falling out of that playoff mix a bit, but we do have games in hand, which is good. And Dylan Larkin continues to produce really well, but our team has not been good in the last 10, 3, 4, and 3. Let's see if we can make some little line changes to help out with the offense a bit. Kubalik's been scoring a lot of goals, kind of like he does in real life. I don't know if we want to really make any changes on our top 6, though. This third line's been out for a lot of goals against, which I do not like at all. I think it said, yeah, Lucas Raymond has okay face-offs. Do we want to move him to center? I don't know about that. Yeah, I think we need to maybe upgrade this third line, especially. Like, Kubalik, if we put him down to the third line, would be fine, probably. Yeah, that would probably be fine. But I definitely think I might want to move up from Hirose and find somebody better. Yeah, because Hirose is more of an offensively minded player, not that he's a bad player, but having him on the bottom 6 is not necessarily a great thing. Like, he doesn't fit the third... he fits the third line better than the second line. But still, I don't know if I want to keep him around. We'll see once we get to the trade deadline. Because, like I said, I'm probably going to get the entire season done in this episode. Or the rest of the season, I should say. Okay, let's go another month and see if this team can start winning some games. We're going to go to the day before the deadline. And we start off that month with an 8-6 win, so that's a good way to start it off with. Zach Hyman in a 7th for 2 seconds in Koch. Let's take a look at this trade. Zach Hyman is an 86, and he does potentially fit our first line. That's an interesting offer, actually. Like, 2 seconds is not the end of the world. And in Koch, when did we draft him? 2nd round. He actually might end up making it, though. That's not a bad offer, to be honest. Koch has not really much trade value. The 2 seconds, though, is kind of risky. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait till the deadline just to be sure, though. Because I don't want to be making trades and then we fall out of the playoff spot, you know. So Ethan Bear's been injured. That's not good. Another injury to have added to the list. And Merzlikins has now been injured. My God. Well, we might not be a playoff team this year because of all these injuries we've been suffering. We are going to call up, I guess... Yeah, we'll call up Eliasson because I think Eliasson's not even playing right now, so we might as well call him up. Just because I don't want to screw really with the AHL because I believe the AHL is simulating pretty decent. But yeah, we're going to have to rely on Eric Comrie, which is okay because he was not too bad last year. My God, this team. And Merzlikins is back. I can't even keep up with the sim speed. Like, I feel like really frantic because of how fast it goes. But yeah, this team is not playing really good, and these injuries are not helping either, so we might not end up trying to trade to get into a playoff spot. I don't know, because we do have a lot of those guys that we signed in the off-season for multiple years. But yeah, this is not a very good start. Ethan Bear looks like he's back, which is good, so we're going to take out Bortuzzo and put Bear back into the lineup. But yeah, this team needs to kind of find their footing a bit. Jonas Brodin has way too long of a contract. I don't want a 6x6 contract, no thank you. And Merzlikins is full health, that's good news. Yeah, we've been kind of stumbling around a bit. Oh, there's 3 games in a row where we win. It's pretty good. 28, 23, and 9. How are we standings-wise? We are 4 points back of the Lightning. Yeah, our division is really, really tight. At least in the from the 3rd range all the way down to Boston. But yeah, we might end up trying to trade up for some good players. Like maybe a 3rd liner would be good to replace Taro Hirose. Because let's take a look at what our lines have been doing so far before we actually get into the deadline. So the top line has been fantastic offensively, and they've been out there for a lot of goals for. So I will keep that the same for sure. Second line's been not too bad defensively, a bit bad for Veleno, but they've been putting up some decent offensive numbers, especially like Bertuzzi. And then third line has been very bad defensively. A -16, a -16, and a -13. So I think I might try and move Hirose or Rasmussen and try and upgrade that a bit. Because Veleno is listed as a 3rd line scoring forward, so maybe we move Veleno, say, down to the 3rd line. And then find a replacement for Rasmussen. Because, yeah, our 4th line is plus as well. So it's mainly the 3rd line that's been out there for goals against. And then defensively, that top pairing has been struggling a bit in terms of defense, especially Moritz Seider. And then Manson and Wall have been really good together. I like that. And Hronik and Myers have been okay. Not the worst I've seen. Comrie's been really bad when he's played. I mean, we could upgrade our backup situation as well. Elvis Merzlikins has kind of been struggling a bit as of late. And he has no shutouts this year, but he had 7 last year. That's a bit problematic. Yeah, I think we might try and find a better third liner. That might be our goals, because if we want to make the playoffs, I think we need to do that. Okay, let's take a look at what's out there at this deadline. So we're going to jump right into the deadline in this episode. Like I said, I would give you guys time to give me suggestions for this, but since the simulation speed's going a lot quicker, I think we're going to do seasons in like 2 parts instead of 3 parts now. So let's be a conservative buyer, just because I don't want to give up too much, to be honest. So let's enter this trade deadline and see if there's any third liners out there that could help us out, or second liners. We could always move down Veleno. Jonathan Toews for 1 year at 10.5. I don't think Blackhawks fans would like that. Him going to like a team like Detroit. Let's take a look at what's out there for all teams. Getzlav at 1 year. That's not bad. How good is he even? I don't even know. Let's take a look. Ryan Getzlav 1 year at 7.4. 85. Only fits our top line. No, that's a bit problematic. Danton Heinen. That's not a bad, like, how good is he? 78 third line checking forward, so he's probably better. He's probably losing morale. But I don't think he's really what we need. We need somebody to probably help us out a bit in terms of keeping the puck out of the net on that third line. Mangiapane and Lucic, there's already been a trade. Columbus gets Colin Miller and Andrew Kopp for a 2nd and a 4th, okay. Jonathan Toews would be kind of interesting, but I don't know if he matches our system. DeBrincat's on the trading block, really? Huh. Blackhawks are going for a full-on rebuild. Jonathan Toews, though, for 1 year. He does fit our third line. Huh. But he does have a lot of value. So that would probably be impossible. We could go find trade just to see if there's anything Detroit actually wants from us. So, or not Detroit, Chicago actually wants from us. Jonathan Toews, 1 year. We'd have to give up a 2nd, a 4th, and Ekman Larson. That's not bad. Who would this take out of the lineup? What if I added Rasmussen and took out Ekman Larson in the 2nd? So I did like Rasmussen and a 4th. Because maybe that would be better for us. They don't want Rasmussen. But it would basically be upgrading Rasmussen. We could try this. Let's do this. As 4th and Rasmussen for Toews. And they accept that. Wow. Okay, well, we're bringing in Jonathan Toews. He could definitely help us out defensively. And it's only for 1 year, so it's not the end of the world. And then Toews and Kubalik know each other well, so I think that was a decent trade to make. Let's see if there's anything else out there that could help us out. Maybe we want to upgrade somewhere on defense. Seth Jones, too much term. I only want 1 year deals because I don't want to necessarily have to re-sign a lot of these guys. Like, they're kind of rentals. Yeah, a lot of these guys have really bad salaries, especially the ones in Minnesota. A lot of old guys as well. There's another trade. Arizona is getting Alex. Wait, Alex Steen goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs, is that? It's kind of funny. He goes to return back to where he played with. Oh, Geno Malkin was also there, but I don't think he matched our system, probably. Tristan Jarry. Tristan Jarry, let's take a look at him. He's been simulating pretty solid. He's been really good so far. And he's listed as a backup. I could see if there's any deals that we could find maybe for Tristan Jarry. Because maybe he's a better backup for us than Comrie is. And then him and Merzlikins could split time. So let's go to Pittsburgh and see what they want for Jarry, if there's anything realistic. Let's see. Caution Kopeski. A third in Ekman Larson. I think I would rather do the third in Ekman Larson, to be honest. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this trade, and then I think we're going to try and find a trade for Comrie. Yeah, let's do this. Why not? Comrie's going to be moved down, technically, so he might get claimed. Unless we trade him away. But yeah, I'm making a lot of moves right now at this deadline, and I hope that these ones actually help us get into the playoffs. So let's see. Comrie. Because we would have way too much goalies down there, so might as well flip Comrie. He's not been good as a backup. Boston will trade for a third. Is that too much? It's a bit too much. They probably wouldn't accept that. Let's just do a 5th rounder. That looks like a little bit too low, actually. Let's try the 3rd rounder from Minnesota. A 3rd for Eric Comrie, and that's rejected. The 5th is probably going to get accepted, but whatever. See, 5th for Eric Comrie. And that is accepted. So, a little bit of some random trades, but I think they will help us out. Let's just go to the trade summary so you guys can see all the trades that have happened. So yeah, we basically get rid of Comrie for a 5th round pick, which is not too bad considering he's not really much of a backup. We also acquired Tristan Jarry for a 3rd in Ekman Larson, so not that bad. Ekman Larson probably wouldn't have ever panned out, and then the 3rd rounder could be good. And in our other trade that we made, acquiring Jonathan Toews for Rasmussen and a 4th, I think a lot of those deals kind of make sense. But yeah, those are the trades that we're going to make. They could be a bit problematic, but we'll see if this helps the team get to the playoffs. Because playing Toews with like somebody like Kubalik might end up being pretty good for us. Okay. Jason Demers on waivers. I don't think I want to claim him. No, thank you. Okay, let's quickly go to our edit line screen because it's probably been jumbled up a lot. Who is scratched at the moment? Everybody except for Ernie should be playing. Yeah, we gotta take out Bataan. But yeah, our lineup is gonna look a lot better, so... Actually, we go back to this, and I would like to keep Toews and Kubalik maybe together. Maybe I won't play Toews and Kubalik together for now. And yeah, we'll go like something like this. Yeah, I think that would work. And then defensively, we'll keep it the same. Actually, wait, not the same. It needs to change up to being like this. And then goalie-wise, Merzlikins and Jarry. Let's just put Jarry as a starter for now. But yeah, I think our team looks a lot better. But is it going to help us? Who knows? Tristan Jarry could end up being a really bad goalie for us. And then Toews could end up being pretty bad. But those are some interesting deals to do. So let's get the rest of the season simulated and see if we actually make the playoffs or not. Will those trades help us out? Or will they just be ones that end up being like things that we forget about in the future? So we lose our first game in the shootout, and Merzlikins has already been injured, so now we're going to have to rely on Jarry, but at least it's better than relying on like Comrie. So I think that's a decent pickup that we just made, maybe. So we're going to call up Eliasson again, just because he's the extra goalie down there in the AHL. And move Jarry to starter. But yeah, Merzlikins is having some injury trouble. I might want to trade him away and keep somebody like Jarry. I don't know. Okay, let's go back, and there you go. And we lose in the shootout to the Rangers as well. At least there's their points. But yeah, hopefully we can get some wins and make the playoffs. If not, it's not the end of the world, but I would really like to make the playoffs, I think. Because this team definitely looks like they could be capable of making the playoffs, but I don't know what our problem has been really right now, if it's just keeping the puck out of the net or what. Let's go back to edit lines and put in Merzlikins. I wonder if Merzlikins is simulating bad because he's a butterfly goalie, because usually butterfly goalies seem to have some troubles in simulations, at least I find. Okay, so we beat the Sens, which is good. Let's just go back to edit lines and put back in Suzuki, who's getting close to being NHL ready. And game against Toronto is a win. There's a win. There's a win again. 4 wins in a row, and Zadina's been injured, which is not good. That could set us back a bit, but we do just win 5 games in a row. We lose to the Islanders, lose to the Flyers. That's not good. We are still just outside of a playoff spot by how much points? 78 points we got, and the last playoff team in the East has 84. Damn, we are far back. We're going to have to win like a lot of games down the stretch if we want to make it, but if we don't make it, I think those trades still could help us because a lot of those players are probably going to, like, well, Taze will definitely drop off. But I'm trying to make some moves to get us to being a playoff team. So, like, some of those guys could be just purely rentals. We just lost 4 games in a row. Yeah, we're not going to make the playoffs. After what looked like we could have made the playoffs, the starting of this episode is struggling. We do win 3 in a row there, which might actually help us. We do have 4 games left. 85 points. The last playoff team in the East has 88. And we're getting close to actually getting into a playoff spot if we could win these last 4 games. So we're going to take them one game at a time. Game against St. Louis is a 6-1 win. Nicely done, boys. Big win there. Game against the Bruins, this is a crucial one, and we lose 4-2. That's not good. Game against Columbus, this might be the last game that we could actually make the playoffs in, and we lose. And we're not going to be a playoff team again. Yes, I think. Yeah, the last playoff team has 91 points. We're literally just going to miss the playoffs by the skin of our teeth, just like last year. Damn, I thought that deadline was actually a pretty good deadline, but we lose 3 games in a row, and that definitely hurted our playoffs chances. So we finished the season 37, 32, and 13. So not a bad season, but not a great one defensively. But at least next season we should be better because we do have a lot of our guys growing. Like Wall's going to probably be like an 87 or something next season. So not a bad year by any means. Let's take a look at our player stats. So center-wise, Larkin had 88 points. He was fantastic. His contract is coming to the end of the at the end of this year, so we're gonna have to re-sign him to a probably long-term deal. So, and he's gonna want a lot of money, which is gonna be kind of problematic. Jonathan Taze, 51 points in 83 games. He had only 12 points in 21 games with us, and was only a +1. So he might not have been a great signing or trade acquisition, but you never know. He could come back next season because he actually is a pretty good fit on this team, especially on the third line. So maybe we bring him back for the third line because he's probably going to drop off a bit. Joe Veleno had 43 points. Boone Jenner 26 points, so not too bad for a fourth liner. Zadina 77 points. His contract, I think, ends in 4 years. Okay, never mind. Bertuzzi 62 points, Kubalik 47, Hirose 34, Timoshev 24, and Ernie 21. A bit bad for Hirose on the plus-minus. I don't know if I want to bring him back or what. Maybe we could upgrade from him though. Right wing wise, Mantha had 71 points and Raymond had 30 points. And Nick Patan had 8 points in 13 games as a depth guy. As for defense, Mort Sider had 33 points, Manson 23, and Wall only 22, but he had 11 goals and 11 assists, so he is a good offensive defenseman. I think it's just going to take him a bit of time to develop fully. He is an 84 now, and he's got some pretty good stats. Okay, and then Hronek 20 points, Bear 20 points, Myers 16, and nothing for Bortuzzo. As for goalie-wise, Merzlikins was pretty good, or he was he was not really that good. I might want to trade him away in the offseason because Tristan Jarry looks like he simulated a lot better. Yeah, he was 1-3-2, but he had a 927 save percentage and a 2.19 goals against, so he might be our starter next season if I decide to re-sign him and trade away somebody like Merzlikins. In terms of the entire NHL, let's take a look at points, who led and went on. So Nathan McKinnon led with 119 points. McDavid with 109. Interesting. Goals was McKinnon again with 56. Most points by a defenseman was Erik Karlsson and John Carlson with 81 points. Goalie-wise, the best was Carter Hart with 47 wins. Most shutouts was Connor Hellebuyck with 8. The best save percentage by a starter was Tristan Jarry, technically, but it was actually David Rich we'll go with the 913. And goals against, the best for goals against was Michael DiPietro with a 2.54. Best rookie this season was Tim Stützle with 51 points, Lewis Ryan with 39, and Anderson Dolan with 37. Okay. Let's take a look at the standing stuff to see how we did in terms of everything, and then that'll be it for this episode. And then we'll actually I'll show you guys like the draft class as well, so you guys can kind of get primed up for the off season. Because I think I really want this team to be a playoff team starting next season at least. So let's take a look. Goals for per game. Where were we? Probably not too good. Maybe around the middle. 3.11. That's pretty solid. We did only allow 2 more goals than we scored, so we only had problems keeping the puck out of the net, I think. Yeah, we were just not a good defensive team, so we need to kind of fix our defensive core a bit. Maybe our goaltending situation. Power play percentage, our power play was one of the worst, so that's definitely where we need to fix a bit too. And our penalty kill was one of the best in the league, actually, so we're just not really good defensively 5-on-5 wise. And we were a really good road team, but home ice, we were not good at all. Okay, let's take a quick look at the draft class, and then that'll be it for this episode. Actually, I'll probably also show you guys the contract situation so you can see who I have to re-sign in the offseason. So, here is what the first round looks like. I don't know where we're going to be drafting, but probably we're going to be, like, I would assume just outside of the top 10. Maybe in the top 10. But if you guys see any steals you want me to go after, let me know. Let's take a look at potential, and there might be some elite guys that go in the later part of the first round. Any low elites for the later rounds as well, or no? Because then if so, we'll pin them. Yeah, there's a low elite sniper. Dylan Nolan. He actually looks like pretty solid. He might be more of a top 6 kind of guy, but we'll pin him. Maybe we'll take him with our second rounder. Okay, let's take a quick look at those contracts. Who do we have to get back this off season? So Dylan Larkin's the big one, and then we also have Moritz Seider. Jonathan Toews, I don't know if he's going to come back. He might want a lot of money. He doesn't really. He might be actually a pretty solid third liner to keep around next season. Voleno, Timashov as well. Hirose, I might let go, like I said. Ernie. Yeah, there's a lot of guys I just signed in the offseason last year. And then we do have some of our prospects that are almost are going to come into the NHL. Garrel is up to 71, so this guy's developing really well. Who we just drafted last episode, or 2 episodes ago. Yeah, this guy's going to be probably a pretty good offensive player. Laddie's still growing, and Sadikov is as well, but they'll probably get signed. But yeah, it looks like we're getting some good growth in the system. And Nguyen's up to a 62. Okay, so anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the offseason, where we look to kind of get this team to being maybe a playoff team for next season. I might have made some kind of dumb trades this episode, but let me know what you guys thought below, and I will see you guys next time.